Hey, this is Warren Sprouse. You're on the Bible Forum. We're doing this every Sunday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard, now Daylight Savings Time, because it's November 6, 2016. What do you know about Bible codes? This is something that kicked up into the forefront many years ago, 5, 10 years. I don't know how long it's been, not more than that, I don't believe. But now we've got a noted expert in Bible codes predicting a Trump win. He says the Bible actually says that Donald Trump is going to win this election on Tuesday. Now I want you to know right up front, the whole Bible code thing is total bunkola. But these people believe it. Now, I wanted to tell you how it worked. The article is intended to shed light on the Bible code phenomena. I'm not pointing this toward the election. I want you to see the Bible code issue. In two separate sets of Bible codes, according to Rabbi Glazerson, published 3 months apart, found that Donald J. Trump will win the upcoming U.S. presidential election 2 days from now. What's more, Trump's predicted win appears to be connected to his support for Israel. Now that's a surprise. It's a little bit of a surprise for folks in Israel. I mean, he has said it, but they're not all of them sure. The first table was published on July 6th of this year, 2016. And in that table, which comes from the book of Deuteronomy, a table is when they lay out a whole raft of Bible pages, and they go through looking for this code. I'll explain that a little bit later. But the first one came from the book of Deuteronomy, and it points to the word Donald, spelled in Hebrew letters, next to the word Nasi, not nasty, Nasi, which is the Hebrew word for president. Didn't know they had one. He also found an abbreviation which I can't pronounce. It's a two-word Hebraic English translate something. And he says that's the way the United States is referred to in Hebrew. I guess maybe in secular conversation that's the way it goes. So how does the Bible code actually work? Well, you lay out these pages from the Old Testament, New Testament I suppose, but it's generally the Old Testament. And it used to be a meticulous process where somebody actually did it by hand. I think the computers do it now. But you pick out at random letters. Now you have decided ahead of time that you're going to pick out every third letter in this paragraph, every 10th letter, every 172nd letter in this book, whatever it might be. And then you're going to put those letters together to see what they spell, or at least what they look like they spell. And then you use a sophisticated computer program to analyze the whole thing to see if what you're getting is random or whether what you're getting is actually significant. And it'll work the same way with any large written work. But it seems to be more significant relative to the Bible. The date is also found in this table. The rabbi specifically pointed out the codes for the 8th day of the month. And the month of November, of course that's half of October and the first part of November, in this year, this Jewish year, 5777. This is the date on the Hebrew calendar that corresponds to November 9th. 6, 7, 8 is election day. 9th would be Wednesday. That's the first day that Trump would be president-elect of the United States if he wins the election. Now, what they tell us is that the word for Messiah means anointed. So the Persian king Cyrus helped the Jews go back to Israel and rebuild the temple. And he is being referred to in this verse as God's anointed. And according to the rabbi, anybody who helps Israel to build themselves, to settle properly in their land, is referred to as a kind of Messiah. And later on in the video, the rabbi shows where the Hebrew word for Messiah appears twice. He suggests that there is a connection between Trump's success and the eventual arrival of Messiah. Can you see these tentacles coming together? They're kind of random. The election of Donald Trump is very much dependent on the spiritual level of Israel, the Jews. Then and only then will we have Messiah, says the rabbi. Anybody see a problem with this? The Messiah of Israel has already come. His name is Jesus, Yeshua. He was here for 30 years plus. We've been talking about him for 2,000 years. He's been here. He's gone. Well, yeah, he's going to come back though, right? In judgment. Yeah. The second video that the rabbi released, was released in late October, repeats many of the same codes that were found in the July video. However, these codes were found in the book of Numbers. The first set of codes were found in the book of Deuteronomy. In Numbers, the Hebrew word for chosen seems to stand out. He finds a veiled reference to Donald Trump and the word chosen or elected, combined with a date that corresponds to November 8, 2016. So Trump is being elected president. Being elected president by the power of God, prophesied thousands of years ago. Who knew? Did I tell you this is bunk? I think I did.